minutes.
7 minutes.
That's
Got caught in
good.
some traffic on the way down, but
It's not
got
pit
the
crew
big
good,
coffee.
but we're back.
Coffee and Golf is back.
We are back.
We are back after what was an epic trip to Pinehurst.
Epic. Keyword.
Absolutely. I cannot wait to
So
start
much fun.
sharing this content with everybody.
Take me back.
I know, right?
Mm.
And we were so lucky. The weather, everything was incredible. We're going to wait here for a second. We're getting you guys jumping in because, as always, on Coffee and Golf, this is our time each week to talk to you guys. Seeing you guys hop in the comments already.
Good morning,
Rocco, good morning.
What's up?
Casey, good morning. Great to see everybody.
Casey.
Hope you got your coffee. Might not be morning where you are.
That's true.
Might
Might
be
not.
the afternoon for all we know, but anytime's a good time for a little coffee
Hey,
and
man.
golf.
It's Friday.
That's right. So happy to say Coffee and Golf is back, and today we're going to be talking about the Wells Fargo. We're going to jump a little bit ahead. I want to talk even about the PGA Championship.
Yep.
Recap the Valspar.
I think the PGA is also what everyone's kind of looking forward to. There's kind of this lull in golf right now with nothing exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about a stacked field this week, but I think the PGA is what we're looking for.
And well, you know what? I tell you, this week's field does not disappoint.
No,
It
never
not
does.
disappoint.
Never does.
So, and you know, guys are going to be playing because they want to get in order for the PGA. The second major of the season's coming up. I just saw here Colby said Ricky Fowler is back. Great to see Ricky back. There was a really cool story in the news. Ricky, some quotes that came out of it. Ricky actually watched the Masters with Tiger.
yeah, surprised it's just coming out now.
I know,
But-
but you know what? One thing that's promising, and Rick, I guess JT had been there to see Tiger just as soon as he got home,
Mhm.
from California, and he told Ricky, this is through Ricky. He said he was surprised. He was surprised at how good Tiger looked,
Yeah.
and I think we were all surprised by
Yeah.
that when we saw him in that picture.
In the picture on the crutches.
Exactly.
Yeah, he looked pretty good.
But that's in kind of like the thing. I know Rory's been there to see him. Now, Ricky, and a lot of these guys are saying, Tiger looks good. So
I laugh and joke about how the news is just coming out now. If I were at Tiger Woods' house watching the Masters, the whole time I'd be like, Tiger, smile. Smile. I'm here with Tiger. Tiger,
Yeah,
smile,
yeah, yeah.
smile. Can
We'd
we
be
go live?
live.
Can we
We'd
live?
be
Yeah.
live.
Live stream? Can we do everything?
Exactly.
But obviously they're just friends. So, but it's pretty cool to see that Tiger. I think we are going to see him back. And he does look good, so hopefully some good news comes out of that camp.
Yeah,
He's redoing the backyard. It's got to be for a reason.
exactly.
I don't think it's just for Charlie. I think it's for Tiger as well.
Hey, you're not the only one who feels it. Steven a minute ago said postmasters hangover.
Yeah, that's
Need
just
the
it.
PGA. And we're going to talk about that PGA because I'm so incredibly excited for it because the Ocean Course, that's my spot. That's my favorite
It's
course.
your happy place, man.
It's my happy place, and I just get 4 days to watch the guys play there is going to be something that's just incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait. It's been since 2012 since they've had it, so
Yeah.
it's due. It's due to come back to Kiowa. It's an epic course, and I can't wait.
And stay tuned because later in the show, we tell you guys, we appreciate you guys showing up here with us every Friday. So we like to give you guys early access to something. So we're going to show you a sneak peek, just a couple of seconds from the Pinehurst series.
Yes, we are.
So stay tuned.
No one has seen it yet.
No one has seen it yet. You guys will be the first ones to see that sneak peek, so stay tuned for that. And last week, you guys were the first to hear about our new big giveaway, which is we're going to give away one Titleist TSI driver to a lucky YouTube subscriber each month. It's going to be at random. We're just going to pick a random subscriber and just surprise you with a driver. So we're going to be picking our May winner really soon. You got to be in it to win it, so make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't clicked the subscribe button yet, click it now.
And we're going to be calling our winners on Instagram. We're going to find you and call you. So if it rings, please answer.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, and Pete asked about any hat announcements. You guys can see we're wearing the hats. Here's the good news. The hats have all now shipped. They're done. They've all been created. They
They
are
look so
in
good.
transit. And as
Mhm.
soon as they land at our distributor, we're going to make the announcement. We are hoping to start a pre-sale next week, right?
Correct?
And you're going to want to hop in on that pre-sale because they are limited. We can only do a limited run to start. And when they're out, they're out. But then we're going to launch the full sale the week after. But the pre-sale is going to be
Pre-sale's
the
probably
spot.
just going to close it out.
Yeah. All right. Let's quickly before we talk about the Wells Fargo, I want to talk about the Valspar because man was I impressed with what this kid Sam Burns did.
Yeah, right?
Here he is. I mean, how about that?
Yeah, how
Your
about that?
first PGA Tour win. taking that jet home.
Taking that jet with the trophy.
You're living the life right there.
You are, man. It was only a matter of time for this kid. He's been knocking at the door a couple times. I think he had a great lead at Riv, I think it was, or one of those courses where he blew it. It was his to blow that day because he said, I think he had like a 4 or 5 stroke lead. He just couldn't hang on to it. So I'm glad to see he was in the winner's circle. But again, more young blood on the tour, right?
Yeah, yet again, more young
I love
talent.
seeing it.
I mean, it keeps emerging. But it was a strong leaderboard. We got guys like Keegan Bradley, Victor Hovland, Abraham Answer were all in there in the mix, and he managed to pull it out with a 3-stroke win. So it was no fluke. I mean, he came in there, shot an incredible score, and it was an incredible win. I want to talk more about Keegan in a minute because he's a guy who I've had my eye on these last couple of weeks about talking about form. He just seems to be playing better this season.
Yeah.
We saw Keegan kind of drop out a little bit of the rankings, and he struggled. We've all these guys we talk about each week. These guys struggle back and forth, but 36 in the FedEx Cup, and actually there was no coffee and golf last week because we were away at Pinehurst. But the week prior, I got my 3rd win on the show.
You had the mullet team?
I had the Aussies. I picked them to win.
That's
right. We'll do our making cuts, making bucks segment. I want to get a 4th win.
Yeah. No, I applaud you for that one. That was a big win, man. Let's see if you can get it this week. I don't have no idea who you're going to pick, but
Arizona Insider says, "Yo, I'm ready for that golf simmy to send to my house."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our other big giveaway. We've got
2 weeks
I think
left.
It's like 10 days left on that. But check out that video because
that's our biggest giveaway yet.
That whole thing. If there's anybody who's ready to give it away, it's Mike.
I can't wait
because
to get it
it's
out of my
sitting
garage.
in his garage, taking up his entire garage right now.
That's going to be a heavy shipment.
Yeah,
heavy
that's
shipment.
Going to be a big one. All right, so. The other thing, like I said, Sam was one thing we get distracted every once in a while, but he's it was his first PGA Tour win. He has one other on the web.com, but just the way you saw him playing, I don't think this kid's going to be a one-hit wonder.
I don't think so either. I think we'll see some more top 10s from him, maybe another win. He was consistent. I like seeing that.
Yeah.
He's got a really good form. He's got a good game. He's like a Hovland, someone you can maybe count on that to kind of be there. He's going to be a name to. That we're going to see on leaderboards. Basically, what I'm trying to say, he's not going to disappear. There are guys who get hot for a day or a week and then they disappear.
Right.
I don't think it's Burns.
No, I don't think so either. And I'll be interested to see how he kind of develops that one win.
Yeah.
Because now, obviously, once you get a win on tour, that takes your exemption out further. I think that's like a 2-year. If anybody knows exactly, put it in the comments. If you win a PGA Tour event, what that does for your exemption status and how long you punch your card for. And by the way, I'm getting I'm cracking up at the guys arguing over who's the sim is in the comments.
Mike, I'll be over to
Ashton
take it up.
said, "I'll be over here, pick it up."
Pete's already in front of the sim is mine.
Back and forth. Saw Nick Bean before said he's golfing after work today. I tell you what a beautiful day for it.
You got it, man. We chose to come in here and do this with you guys.
Yeah.
But otherwise, actually, we will be out there playing a lot more Friday golf. We may be missing some coffees and golf coming up, but don't hate us for it.
If we're ever not here, it's because we're on the course making that content for you guys. So,
by the way, 18,878 entries into the simulator giveaway.
You think a couple people maybe want a sim, huh?
Think so.
Could use a sim?
Think so.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it's going to be a super exciting day when we give that one away.
Oh, yeah.
All right, kind of fast forwarding a little bit here, talking about this week's Wells Fargo. Like we talked about, the first thing we got to say is the field, strong field.
Super strong.
I got to think, well, the Wells always pulls a nice field, but also it's because the fact that guys are going to be tuning up for the next big major, the PGA.
That's just it.
But you got JT, Rory, Bryson, Rahm, Schauffele, defending champ Max Homa. I mean, it just kind of keeps going.
Keeps going. And here's the cool thing about the Quail Hollow. I think a lot of golfers love Quail Hollow. It's a beautiful country club. We were not far from there. That's right in Charlotte. We were not far. We were in Pinehurst. But here's a spot of some famous first victories. Rory won his first there in 2010. Ricky won his first there in 2012 with Rory as a runner-up. Max Homa won his first one there last year. Did my homework last night, Frank. So, I mean, I think that I love seeing this as a first-timer. It's a special place for those guys. But this is a course that, I could see a Bryson or a Rahm or a Xander, some of these guys, these big names, can really run away with. It's a difficult course, right? It's a beast, right?
It is. It can get you in trouble. But, look, if the weather is the way it looks like it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be good.
7,600
They can
yards.
still score there. We saw, like I said, when JT got his win there, he was able to go low. By the way, just a second ago in the comments, we had Ryan Moore jump in there. So it's one of two people. There's no picture. It's either my college roommate or it's
or the
Ryan
golfer.
Moore from the PGA Tour. Either way.
Either way.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
What's going on?
What's up?
Put a picture in there so we know who you are. But yeah, Quail Hollow, it's a great one. I mean, that's a place. We had so much fun down there playing, that Carolina golf. It just
I loved
keeps
it until
coming.
the short, tight fairway chips. We
Yeah.
had no bounce on our wedges.
Right.
But
it's a different golf. But I tell you what, that's developing into, for me, just an area where I just really enjoy playing. I talk about all the time the Ocean Course, South Carolina, North Carolina, Pinehurst, awesome. Charlotte is a town that I absolutely love. I got to go there a couple of years ago, and it was like, this was before I was married, and I even thought about moving there. I loved it so much. But, hey, we got to get that Quail Hollow invite and get down there and play it ourselves.
It looks like a beautiful course.
And the PGA is coming back there in 2025.
That's right.
2025.
Yeah.
Sam asked a good question here. He says, does Phil have a chance to win? What are your thoughts there, Mike?
I think so. I think he's trying to make a statement. That was a strong 7 under to come out of the gate.
Yeah.
It is still a tough field, and you got to hang on to a win. But Lefty did look good yesterday.
He does.
I mean, the course record is owned by Rory, 62. I don't know if anyone's ever going to touch that. But
Right.
Phil looked pretty sharp. Sharp.
He really did. And I know it's only one round, but
Yep.
Phil continues to prove that he's got the game to be there and to hang. But, I don't remember, you guys, if you know the exact quote, you can throw it in the comments. I don't remember exactly what he said, but Phil had indicated a little bit. It just sounds like he might be getting a little bit tired of the grind from a mental standpoint.
Yep.
There was a quote, I don't remember the specifics, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but something to the effect of where he's having a little bit trouble, like really staying motivated and staying in it.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I tell you what, a win on the PGA Tour might turn that around, really.
I think it'll turn around really quickly and give him a little bit of fire heading into Kiowa.
Yeah, but guys, tell us what some of your picks are for this week in the comments below while we just quickly move to the next thing, which we keep kind of teasing it here, is talking about the PGA Championship. So 2 weeks away, we got the flag. Well, you moved the flags.
Yeah, I moved them.
They see it now.
There it is down there.
The Ocean Course, Kiowa. Rory McIlroy, what he did there years ago was just incredible.
I'm out of coffee.
You're out of coffee
You know,
already?
can I get Zach? Zach, do you mind getting the coffee out of the top fridge for me?
We're 12 minutes into coffee and golf.
I've been drinking this since 6 a.m. and that's or whatever time it
I'll
was.
tell you what, we could tell you a quick.
You're gonna get a little bit of. Sorry, I got to do this stuff on the fly. We're live. I don't want to leave the set here.
I love that you've got a backup coffee ready to go.
Always, I got a hot for the morning.
That shows you the dedication.
Thanks, buddy.
That shows you the dedication.
Oh, thanks, Zach.
I'll
Zach
tell you
is
what.
key.
We'll tell you we'll get to our heartbreak of the week in a few minutes, but I'll tell you a coffee heartbreak story, and you guys will see this when it'll be the second episode of the Pinehurst series, which we're just putting the finishing touches on. That'll be out in a few weeks.
I know exactly what you're referencing.
We might have overdid it the first day, and the reality is, what is that?
We got 1,000 yen. Is that yen? Am I saying that right? From Pete?
Yes.
For Mike's next coffee.
Next coffee. His
Thank you,
third
Pete.
of the day. Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.
So we might have pushed it and overdid it, and we'll talk about the PGA in a second, but I got to tell you this story. We might have pushed it and overdid it just a little bit because we're trying, when we were in
But
Pinehurst.
that's how we roll,
That's
man.
how we roll. We're only there for a few days. We're going to play golf.
100 holes of golf
from the
in 3
sun up to the
days.
sundown.
Come on.
We're just going to do it.
Yep.
Right? But that's not necessarily the recipe for good golf because you end up really wearing yourself out. So we go out there the first day. We play number 4 in the morning. It's walking 18 holes. It's just under a 5-hour round. I think we did pretty good time for how busy it was out there, but 5-hour round.
Pace
and
of play was good.
We went right to number 3. We thought we had a little bit of a buffer, but because the first thing was a little bit long, we literally grabbed a burger. And in the video, you see me eating the burger on the third hole.
How good was that
Shove
burger,
it in
though?
my mouth.
It was so good.
Right. But it was a little bit draining. And they've got this awesome, right in the Carolina Hotel right there at Pinehurst, they've got this really awesome little coffee shop with some great cold brew.
Great
Cold brew. It's 8.5 out of 10.
Yep.
Right?
That's a good number.
Good number for it. So anyway, we're talking about it, right? And we're starting. It's 14th hole, 15th hole. Be like, I know we're dragging a little bit. Don't worry. That cold brew is going to be waiting for us, right? We're 18th hole. Here we go. Wrap it up. Going to go get that coffee. Place was closed.
Closed at 2 p.m.
6 p.m.
Was it 6?
2 p.m.
I thought it was 2.
They closed at 2 p.m. We're going to have to open it ourselves.
Right.
But it was a Sunday, 6 p.m. closed. Heartbreak.
But lesson learned. The next day we got the cold brews in the morning and the extra Red Bulls on ice to throw into the bag for Tobacco Road, which made our.
Yeah, well, we didn't. At that point, we weren't messing around.
Yeah, we weren't.
But anyway, let's quickly talk about the PGA.
Yeah,
So,
let's do that. And
Kiowa, it's just a course that can, and I'm interested to hear. I've been kind of like waiting. I want to just kind of like take it in as that week unfolds. I haven't heard anything about how they're going to set it up, but you can set up that course to 8,000 yards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
when the
if
wind
you
is
get
blowing.
that and you get the wind, we could get a beast of a week. But there's just that Pete Dye masterpiece. There's so many ways that you can get yourself in trouble. But it's an epic place. It's going to be a great place for yet another major. And I think the PGA, it often does get overshadowed by the other three majors. That's just kind of the reality.
It does.
But I think when you have a stage like this, no doubt it's going to bring it up a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. And even Emilio's saying I'm sniffing a Morikawa repeat. I think so. I mean, he could be right up there at Kiowa.
Morikawa's got the game for it.
Listen,
no doubt.
I'm going to talk about Rory in a little while, but he did blow the field away. I know it was a 9-year-older Rory, but you can't count him out either. But like you said, they're probably going to stretch that thing super far. But even back then, Rory beat the field by 5 strokes. He blew him away.
Here, I got a quick question. We'll just detract for a second from our video yesterday. Winston asked, and you always remember this, why did you guys not play the back tees on number 7 at Baglione? He said there's a tee box behind the cart path. You would know this better than I do.
7 is the dogleg right after the one over the water, the par 3 over the water. Let me think. 3 is the 5, 4 is the 3, 5 is the 5, 6 is over the water.
He's saying on the other side of the road backs up to 7.
The road backs up to 7.
So you have 6, that awesome par 3 over the water.
Yeah, no, we played the tips.
Yeah, we played.
We were on the other side of the road, the right side with all the tee boxes. Unless there's one on the other side.
We played where they had that black set up that day, and I didn't even think to look.
There
at the
might have been a
other
tee
side
box
of the road.
back there without tee boxes, but I don't think so. I think it's just like Heather.
If so, Winston, we're gonna have to.
Winston,
check that
we'll be
out,
back there soon, so we'll check it out.
I didn't see that while I was there.
I love getting the YouTube call out.
Yeah.
That means you're watching nice and closely.
Whenever, my favorite thing is if we do make a mistake in a video, it just gives us the best excuse to go.
Pete says the tees might. There's our attorney, Pete, right there. Tees were not set up that day. Winston, Pete knows.
Well, whatever it is, it gives us an excuse to do it again if that's the fact. But I'll give you another little interesting story from Kiowa.
Mm.
So when I was down there and the caddies. One thing about that, everybody there is awesome, so friendly, and they just want to tell you. They want to tell you
Same
stories.
With Pinehurst.
Everyone loves the place,
I feel like that's
right?
South vibe.
No doubt about it. So they said that when Pete Dye was constructing the ocean course, right, and trying to get it ready, really quick because they had the big events coming through or whatever, a hurricane came through and just leveled the place. And because it was leveled, it was at least temporarily a disaster zone. And because it was a disaster zone, there wasn't the same permitting you would normally have for a build.
Mm-hmm.
So they said he got to go in and do whatever he wanted. So not worrying about permitting and protection and whatever. He just did it exactly how he wants. It's awesome. The problem is they said, get there, play it, enjoy it, because anytime you play the ocean course, it could be the last time you play it, because they said if a hurricane was to hit it again, a direct hit, there is no defense. And I was there. I saw it. The dunes, like something like that would normally actually natural defense against like a water, coming up. The dunes are only maybe waist high. There's almost nothing. It literally runs water, the beach, and then boom, right into the thing. So if they were to have that storm surge, that place would be gone. Just level.
And you get a chance to play that game virtually on WGT, that golf game. I don't know if any of you guys play it, but like they have that course to a T on that thing.
Yeah.
You can experience it that way if you can ever get there.
Hey, Brandon says, listen, this is epic. He played Kiowa about 8 years ago. Got lucky. There was hardly any wind that day. Still a tough course with no wind. Shot 78 from the back tees. Felt like I shot under par. Can't wait to go back. That is an awesome score.
Wow.
Wind or no wind, that's a tough course.
Wow.
That's an awesome score. But yeah, so anyway, it's going to be big. Obviously, we're going to be here. We're going to be covering it in Coffee and Golf. In fact, that'll be our next Coffee and Golf, because next week, sadly, we'll be away again. But we're just happy to be back out there creating content. We're gonna be doing this really cool thing with Gears. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Gears, but that's where you look like you're in a video game simulation.
Yeah,
we dabbled with it a little bit before, but never done a full like assessment. And this is where like they got those dots on you, the hat, the everything, and you see your entire swing. So we're gonna be doing this Gears thing on next Friday, which I'm so excited.
I'm excited too, and I'm also excited. It's refreshing. We're back into filming indoor content. Fully vaccinated with the vaccinated coach, and just back to a little bit of normalness. There's not going to be a masked video.
Listen, it
feels
just
good.
Feels normal.
Feels
again
normal.
To be moving and to get on that plane and just to get back to Pinehurst.
It was just so great. So great. Chris Mitchell says, do golf course supers ever just shake their heads when they see the pelt killer coming? It's funny. When we were in Pinehurst, I went to go replace a divot on Pinehurst number 2, and the caddy goes, nope, don't replace it. He goes, we actually have divot fairies that come around and patch these things up beautiful. So I need a divot fairy in my life.
You do need a divot fairy. I'm going to get you a T-shirt that says divot fairy.
Done.
That'd be too funny. Michael asked about the new hats. Earlier in the show, we mentioned it. We'll say it again here. The hats are done. We got the word that they're done and they've shipped. They're going to be heading over to the, I guess, warehouse or whatever it may be. But the good news is that next week we'll be launching the pre-order. So we're only 1 week away.
Can't wait.
And like I said, you will want to hop on the pre-order. This is not a sales tool. I just don't want anyone to honestly.
The pre-order will sell them all out. It's super limited.
It's limited.
Like 100 per hat.
Right. It's literally our first time doing it. It's first time doing our own merch like this. So we're getting our feet wet. Once we get this worked out, we'll be doing a lot more. But really soon that's
And
coming.
your support, all of you, all the messages have been really appreciated. Little comments like, can't wait to snag a hat. Like, thank you. It means the world to us because it can, we can continue to do this stuff.
Right. So we have a meeting this afternoon to finalize all the details for the actual pre-sale, and then we're gonna launch that. And as soon as we do, you won't miss it because we'll put it on all the social channels so everybody sees it.
Dan asked about Mike. Mike Strand's designs are special. He has missed, but left great works. I know you love that line on his scorecard.
I love that. All right, when
Tobacco
you
Road
go to
designer.
Tobacco Road and you buy the yardage book, which you have to do, and that's what you guys told us, and you were right.
I think it's even on the scorecard. The quote.
It might be.
Yeah.
And it just says, he says, I don't care if people think my golf courses are too hard.
I love it.
You gotta love that.
Yep.
Let's see. Chris says, hope to do well in the Barstool Classic in June. Make it to Pinehurst would be epic. Are they having that at Pinehurst this year? That's really cool.
It might be a stop or it might be a final. I don't know.
I know
there's
that
one
I've
in
seen
Jersey.
them
I think
bounce
there's one
around
over here in Ballyoan.
Right. That's cool to be. It would make sense in Pinehurst because I know those guys are down there all the time. All right. Let's talk about some of our news stories. I want to show you guys that clip from the Pinehurst series. Speaking of which, and I also want to do our picks
see the
for
sizzle.
this week. But let's talk about some of these news stories. First thing, I don't know if you guys saw this. This is like we joke about the heartbreak of the week, but this is a true heartbreak. This is down in let's see here.
Is this Australia?
Yeah, this is in Australia. It was Dundoo Golf Course, and this vandal, I guess he had a plow, and he just destroyed a golf course, just completely destroyed it. I don't know what the motivation would be. I mean, this is just something it's just sad to like. I don't know. I can't even speculate what would cause you to want to do this, but it's a small town. There's not a lot of golf.
I wonder
there.
if it was a retaliation of anything, but then they would know who it was. It's just a shame.
Well, they did catch somebody. From
did.
what I heard, somebody's been arrested, and they're again, you're innocent until proven guilty type of thing. I don't know the details of who they arrested, but they say it's going to take 4 months at least to repair this place. And you got a small town. There's not a lot of places to play golf. And can you imagine? Golfers, we're a tight community. Like there's a lot of times we have our regulars that we're playing with each weekend. And imagine not having a place to play. I mean, that's just a sad thing to do.
It's just a shame.
I know that they did a GoFundMe. I know golfers from all over the world were hopping in there and helping out. I'm sure above and beyond the GoFundMe that they've got some sort of insurance, business insurance for something like this. But it doesn't matter. All the money in the world can't make the grass immediately grow back.
Right.
It's going to be work. I mean, the guy really destroyed the place. It's terrible.
It's terrible. I mean, there's been a combination of people saying there's a lot of divot comments have been coming in.
Of course, you got to make light.
But you got to make light sometime. But I guess this is one of the things that you just you don't want to see happen. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, Paul says there's got to be a backstory of some kind. You would think, unless somebody just got drunk and decided to drive their plow around the golf course. I mean, whatever it is, it's messed up.
It is a messed up. Hold on, Brandon. Just real quick on Tobacco Road. I want to get this comment in here. You'll love Bulls Bay in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Another Mike Strand's design. Widest fairways you'll ever see, and you can't miss them. Right outside of Charleston. Got to put it on the list.
So Charleston's got to be a spot for us.
Yeah.
We got to get that. We got to get an in at Quail Hollow.
And then
No, Charleston. I'm thinking Charlotte. Wow.
yeah.
Either way, we got.
Yeah, we're got Kiowa, Osprey, and now this one, Bulls Bay. We're starting to build the South Carolina itinerary.
Because when I was down there, I got to play Kiowa. I didn't get to play Osprey.
Yeah.
And I went to a wedding there, so of course it was
Should've
just
skipped
like
the
a
wedding.
temptation, just looking at the place.
Yeah.
Mike should donate his divots, Ashton says.
Nah.
There you go. We'll have that plate sodded in a weekend.
Here's
Here's another funny one, though, for you guys. Actually, a lighter mood than that.
lighter mood.
Did you see this on TikTok? It's kind of blowing up pretty quick. These guys who went dumpster diving. If it's real,
This is real. I don't know.
he went.
But I guess this is what they
these guys
do.
are-
They dive,
dumpster
right?
dive. And first of all, bold move. Dumpster diving with no
And then
mask during COVID.
No mask.
God knows what's in there.
Yeah,
But-
God knows.
God knows what's in there. But look at these guys. They said they're at Dick's, and look what they're hauling out of here.
Just
I mean, that's a lot of money in sticks right there.
And they're just throwing them out. Now, it is garbage, so they're not stealing.
No, I don't know.
Is that stealing?
I mean, if we got any lawyers,
Guys,
in
any
the,
lawyers, is
chat,
that considered
what is-
theft?
Yes. Is dumpster diving legal?
Because it's physically in the garbage.
I guess it is. But, I mean, I've
gotta
heard
find out.
funny stories, too, of people, like, finding something epic in the garbage. But, geez, that was a lot of golf clubs. I mean, I don't know what the incentive would be to throw all those out.
Why not donate?
Donate, or, I mean, there's got to
Bring
be
them down to a
places
local
that
school or,
you know,
or
I'm
second
thinking
chance.
like Second Swing
Second
and some of
swing,
these
second
places
chance.
that
What am I talking? Pete's got some
Pete says
dumpsters
he's
to check
got
out.
some dumpsters to
Cheers.
check out.
Go check out those local dumpsters.
Chris says it's a public space.
It might be trespassing public space. Yes, it's legal.
Yes, it's legal. I know what a lot of guys' afternoons are going to look
Yeah.
like today. Where's that Dick's Sporting Goods? Where's the closest Dick's Sporting Goods?
Closest PGA Superstore.
But
Something.
I mean, let's see. Adam says I have friends who dumpster dive, and it's find so much fun stuff. Yeah.
You know what? It's like garage sailing. It's like, Gary V's a big garage sailing guy.
Yeah.
But dumpster dive is a whole different animal. But
I mean,
you could find stuff.
I guess different companies have different reasons why they do things. But imagine throwing that stuff out.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
I can't.
Here's another funny one from the news this week. We always like to dive into some of the news. But did you see this guy?
Dive. Yeah.
Dive,
All right.
dive.
Stop.
Yeah.
Just
There
dad
it is.
jokes. Go.
And that's the show,
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Yeah. Did you guys see this tiger tattoo where you scan the QR code and it takes you to his final putt in 2019?
And you know what the most common comment was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be what happens.
So
when that video's
instantly
gone.
thought, what happens when the video goes away? Now, the person who uploaded that video, who was it? Was it a big company? Was it like the Golf Channel?
Yes.
It was a big avenue that.
Well, the Masters has, by the way, this is a channel to subscribe to, the Masters YouTube channel. I've talked about this before. It has all the replays of the final rounds going back as far as you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is something they own that. It's going to stay. That video will stay up. But, geez, I mean, who knows in 30
How many
years
views
if
are on
they'll
that
even
video?
be a YouTube.
That's true.
How many views? I don't have that.
I don't have
the
that
video. But the video itself, I see there in the bottom, 1.8 million views.
Okay. So that's a moneymaker for them, too, as well. I think that's staying up, and I think he'll be all right with that. But that's a wild tattoo.
It is a wild tattoo.
QR code tattoo is pretty wild, though.
It is, yeah.
That's cool.
It is, but I don't know if it'll outlast QR codes. Those will be gone.
Those will be
before. If it was me, I would have gotten just an epic portfolio of Tigers celebration.
Can you imagine that?
Instead of having that extra step of having to watch it. But
Yeah.
hey, it's a talking piece, I guess.
We're going to be playing for a tattoo. Loser gets a tattoo at the Jersey Shore Tour. Is that still on?
Yes, that is still on.
Okay.
And Pete asks a great question here. This should be one of our Twitter tap-ins.
Yeah.
He said, "What golf vid
I love it.
would you get a QR tattoo of? What video would you get a QR?"
Oh, man. If I had to think off the top of my head real quick, it's got to be maybe like Tigers, one of Tigers Masters wins. Like maybe the comeback, 2019.
Okay.
Maybe.
I thought it was going to be a QR code that took you directly to the first 10 seconds of the Tobacco Road one-hole challenge, which isn't out yet.
Oh, we're not talking about PGA Tour. Okay, any video.
Any video.
Oh, any
I'd
video.
say it couldn't be
Wow,
your
all
video,
right.
Because something hugely ridiculous happened.
Yeah.
We'll have that video out in a few weeks.
Yeah. And if you guys follow on Instagram, we're going to be sharing some teasers about that too.
Yeah, because Tobacco Road was epic for a lot of reasons, and
until we stepped up to the 16th hole.
Was Mike's
we'll just leave you right there
on that one. And thank God, let's just say that thank God that the course is crowded that day and people were there to witness. It was wild. Anyway, I'll give you guys plenty of teasers. Then the other thing too is speaking
Bryson.
of YouTube, we saw Bryson
back on YouTube. Brilliant, by the way.
Bryson, look at him with his thumbnail game. He's really getting clicky there.
Okay. I gave him a 6 out of 10 on his thumbnail.
6 out of 10. 6 out of 10.
You know, it's not a Golficity thumbnail, but I'll tell you something. If I were a PGA Tour pro, now, yeah, the $40 million bonus pool, I could see what he's doing. He's trying to get more in the media and build his street cred. I don't think Bryson's going to have to worry about it. I think he's one of the most popular guys on social media and on tour. I think he's going to fall into the category of winning that money anyway. Some of that money, probably not the big prize, but I think it's brilliant. I think more guys should do this. I think more guys should vlog. I think they should vlog their experience of being a tour pro on the jets, on the stuff that we don't get to see, you know. I think that stuff is great. And I would totally subscribe to that and watch that. That's just me.
I agree. And I know a lot of the kind of skeptics are saying that, you know, it had been 7 years since Bryson posted a video on YouTube, and now all of a sudden when they announce this pool of money that's going out, he posts again, and they're like, oh, is he trying to take some of that money? I more so think that Bryson is a guy who likes to kind of share these things. Even though it wasn't on YouTube, remember when he was getting big during quarantine and when he was doing that speed training, he was sharing like daily on his Instagram, showing his numbers. He was hitting it through the net and stuff like that. I think it's the next logical step for him to put some stuff on YouTube.
Dude, yeah.
But I couldn't agree more. Like all the PGA Tour players, I mean, I understand. They got their hands full. They don't need the extra money. They don't need the extra exposure, I guess. But it would be cool. It's that's what I love about you. I watch more YouTube than I watch regular television because I like to see like the real, the raw, the vlogs, the behind the scenes, what people are doing in their real life. So I think it would be really cool to see more of the PGA Tour players.
And I think you will see it. You know, they just need to have the time. I mean, they don't have time. They're practicing, so they would need dedicated someone filming them and editing it and putting it up. But these guys have the money and they have the ability. They have the team to do it. I think they should grow the heck out of their YouTube channels.
Yeah. Nick makes a great point here. So many kids would rather watch YouTube golf. It's smart that he has a channel.
Yeah,
you know what?
And that's music to our ears, too.
Solid point. It also brings a lot of younger people into the game because they may see him and they may attach to it just as a personality and some of the like ridiculously amazing things he's doing. He's hitting an 8-iron further than I hit my driver.
Right.
You know, and then they come and they start to watch him on the weekend, and now they're watching the PGA Tour or whatever it may be, or they're playing golf even better. So, yeah, I couldn't agree more. But I like that behind-the-scenes stuff. I agree. These guys have some of the most exciting lives with their travel. Show us more.
Show us more.
Show us more.
Tommy says, like Koepka challenging Dave Portnoy left-handed. That's all that stuff. I think it's great. It's growing the game. It's growing their brand. I'm all for it.
SO says, whoa, I finally made it live for a coffee and golf. Well, cheers. Welcome to the show. Good to have you here.
My second coffee. And
hope you got a coffee with you. I know we do. All right, and oh, by the way, I couldn't not leave this here. If Bryson, buddy, if you're on YouTube, let's do a collab.
Yeah,
let's go.
Collab with Garrett.
He did collab with Garrett
recently.
Yeah,
and I think we can make it happen.
Right.
We'll have to see.
So anybody knows him, pass him this show and tell him we're ready to do a collab. Wherever he wants to do it, we're there.
I think we should go and collab. He'll teach us how to increase our swing speed, and we will teach him how to YouTube. That'll be the
there you go.
The partnership.
We'll do his thumbnails for him.
We'll do his thumbnails,
and he teaches us how to hit the ball.
Yeah, I even have some editing, feedback for some of his videos, Bryson. I can give you a couple tips there.
Yeah,
because we're so pro. Yeah, are you all friends with GM? It's funny. Doug asked about GM. We love Garrett. I think when Garrett first came out, I still have the. We look back in our DMs from years ago. Garrett was under 10,000 Instagram followers, and he just asked us, "Hey guys, do you mind helping bump me up to get me to that level?" And we were trying to root for him because at that point his trick shots were getting on ESPN.
Yeah,
and we were obsessed with what he was doing, and he was a fan of ours, and we sent him some T-shirts and some hats.
It was mutual.
It was so mutual.
Fan of him as
right out of the gate, and then he just took off, and he never ever forgot about us and everyone in his path. He's such a good dude. And then last January before COVID, we met with him and we filmed a video. It's on our YouTube channel. So great dude.
Sometimes I forget just how young he is and how mature. And
Mature.
well
He presents
handles
himself
and he's just a super talented kid. But it's funny, if you go way back, just scroll on his Instagram. There's one with him wearing a Golficity hat. Remember we sent him the hat and everything.
And it was a sick trick shot too.
And it was a sick trick shot. But it's incredible what he's doing. Talk about what Bryson did. He's bringing more and more kids into the game. I know a lot of young kids love his stuff. We see it firsthand because when we go to a lot of golf clubs and we've got our cameras and we're filming, everybody, like all the young guys always ask us if we know Garrett. So, we want to definitely do something with him again. We did that collab with him, the range session that we did on our channel. But he's just such an awesome dude to work with.
I would love to play versus him and Micah is his name.
Yes.
And play we do best ball versus they do worst ball.
Yeah, because those guys
they're good.
Gamers.
I mean, I think that would be a really
those
fun
guys
time.
Are gamers.
I want to just highlight this comment by Max. Really appreciate it. It says, "What's up, guys? Guess what? I made it to the state with golfing. Just thought I would let y'all know for this. Thank y'all so much for inspiring me to golf." That's awesome to hear. We're trying to grow the game, and we love hearing that.
And Brandon says we should do something with Bryan Brothers.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Those guys are great, too.
Look, I mean, one of our biggest things is big part of what we do is it's the community. We love to interact with other people. We don't turn down any collabs. Like, we want to work with everybody. It's so much fun just getting out there. And that's why we love the PGA show every year, because everybody's there.
Yeah.
So can't wait for that to be back. All right, let's do this week's Heartbreak of the Week. And this one was all over social this week. So I got a pretty good chance that you guys have seen this one. But here it is. This poor guy.
Yeah, he just thought he was just going to get a couple swings in. I'm all good.
Garage here. No ball. No, I didn't think he was going to hit anything.
Just cuts, and let's film my cuts, and then let's,
and boom, broken windshield.
He's lucky. Did it break the windshield?
It broke the windshield of the car across the way.
I thought it went underneath the car because I could barely see it.
Oh, no, you got to look closely. It shatters the windshield. Watch, you're going to see it again.
Oh, because his reaction wasn't like oh my God, I just broke a windshield reaction.
But his reaction was like, how did that just happen? I'm completely defeated.
Yeah. Yeah.
But look at this. He just goes to take his swing, and I guess because that hard contact, it snaps the head of the club off. Watch the head of the club closely, and then
that was like a
shattered
swing.
window.
I'm familiar with that type of swing.
And I was reading through some of the comments, and some people were like, do you just close the garage door and pretend you didn't know what happened?
Yeah, which way do you go with that? I think you go right over and knock on that door.
You knock on the door, and you just hope that your neighbor is a golfer, because if he did, he's going to understand. And yes, his club head did just snap and fly off. That's a heartbreak. That's a big
heartbreak. Worthy of the spot. Let me see what these comments are here.
And look, I mean, that's another reason. Don't stand in front of anybody swinging. You never know when that thing's gonna snap.
Pete said
off.
it happened to him at the range last year. Lucky there were no cars to throw the club at.
Oh, that's a dangerous one.
That's a dangerous one.
All right, and cool. Then I wanted to before we wrap up, because we got to do a podcast right after this. I want to do our making cuts, making bucks segment of this week. So, of course, we've got the Wells Fargo. We talked about it earlier in the show. We've got Quail Hollow.
I love how
kick it off with you first, Mike.
I love how when we first started doing making cuts, make bucks, we had a time limit, and now we're just like, screw it.
Just let it go.
Just let me know what you got.
Right.
At this point, I'm going Rory.
You want me to
this
put a
week.
minute on the clock?
No, forget it.
I can do it
because I'm gonna do this whole thing in like 2 seconds.
Okay, all right.
It's gonna be like 50 seconds. I got Rory this week. If there's ever a course to get some mojo back, I think it's here at Quail Hollow. He's dominated. He actually was the site of his first win. 7 top 10s, guys, with 2 wins and 1 runner-up here at Quail Hollow. Like I said, this is the spot to get the mojo before heading into a course that he dominated by 8 strokes to win the PGA Championship in 2012. So, guys, this is the season of Rory's rebirth. Look out.
Yeah, okay. Good pick. And I'll tell you what, we talked about, and guys, right after this, I know I saw in the comments, we'll show you that Pinehurst clip.
Mm-hmm.
But I talked about it earlier about somebody who is really trending in the right direction with form, and that's Keegan Bradley. I'm putting my weight behind Keegan this week. He's already up there, and I last checked, he was like in 2nd or 3rd place, but just this run. T4 at the Zurich, 2nd place last week at the Valspar. If there's anybody who's knocking on the door and ready to win and in form, and I see that, I mean, I see a 2nd place finish last week, second only to, as we said before, Sam Burns, who had an incredible week, winning by 3 strokes. Without Sam in the field, obviously Keegan takes that one, and then now He's right there in the mix again. I think he shot 6 under yesterday.
Yeah, he's right up there.
I think that this is the week that he could get it done. I know it's a good, really solid field.
He's a fan favorite too. Like people love him out there. They're shouting his name.
Right. I think they want to see him get that win, kind of complete his comeback. But I think Keegan is going to be the guy this week.
Yeah. He's got one of the most consistent pre-shot routines in the game. It's the
wild.
same number of club twirls. It's the same stare down. It's wild. It is. Let's see here.
Here, I answer Emilio's question. Where can I listen to the podcast, older podcasts? Everything is in the Golficity app. Just go to golficity.com/app. It's a free app, Android, iOS. You can go back to episode 1.
You can.
If you want that embarrassment.
If you want that embarrassment, that was a good episode.
7 years ago.
To just go back and laugh.
Yeah.
But hey,
the first time we ever turned the mics on,
Frank stated the mission right there in the first minute. You'll hear it.
You will.
By the way, if you don't have the app, download it, please, because we're working with our developer to get some more custom notifications. So you guys will be notified instantly when we have new giveaways, new videos right on your phone.
100%. All right, here's what you're waiting for.
Let's see. Is this the time?
We're going to show you guys really quick. This is the intro. We actually, one of the most fun things that we always enjoy when we do these travel series is kind of picking some of our favorite clips to do the intro that kind of sums it up. So this is the intro that's going to roll out with each episode. Here it is.
Favorite part right here.
I'll tell you what. How good were those transfusions at the cradle?
So good.
Look
at Zach over there. Yeah, right. So
Zach,
good.
our photographer, he knows. He was there, digs it. But so the big news is the Pinehurst Series kicks off May 20th.
As does the PGA Championship.
That's true.
As does potentially our hat
and
order.
That's just luck that those two are on the same day. But first episode, May 20th. 6 total episodes, once a week. Of course, we'll be rolling out our other videos during that time, too. We'll probably put some videos out on Tuesdays as much as we can. It's, Pete remembers the intro to the Scotland.
The fist pump at the end.
Yes. That was when I hold out.
You hold out.
But I'll tell you what, so excited for this. We're just digging through some of the edits now. We're really happy with what it came out. We're really, really lucky in a lot of ways. One with the weather. The other big luck we had was in the first day, the first filming, we had a couple of disaster strike on number 4, playing the number 4. Crashed the drone.
I thought we
into
lost
a
Frank
tree.
at that point, mentally, physically.
You lost me mentally.
Like, he was not in a good place. You didn't want to talk to Frank at this moment.
No, you didn't want to talk to me. I had such a nice shot going. I was going sideways.
Side strafe,
and it just
right.
caught this tree, and it got hung up.
You'll see it in the video. We left it in.
The drone,
The crash.
I tell Mike, get over here. And we're also trying to play golf while we're doing this, which is wild. The drone is stuck up in the tree, 40 feet in the air. And the tree is leaning over the embankment of a lake. So I'm like, here we go. And we only have one drone with us.
Yeah.
So Mike's like, just try moving the rotor, see if you can get this thing to fall out. So I'm like, I'm trying. Finally, it falls out. This thing falls 40 feet to the ground.
On its belly, nicely.
Yeah.
Like a nice
and we're
landing.
watching it. It's one of those
Not on the
moments in
side.
life you
It could have
watch in
broken
slow
arm.
motion.
Yeah.
Right. It falls on its belly. It bounces once, and it lands on the bank of the shore. Doesn't quite go in the water.
Could have rolled right into that water.
Could have easily. All the propellers come off, but I amazingly pop them all back on, put it right
We're
back
flying
in the
again.
air. Flying. Then, around the 14th hole,
Yep.
our camera body breaks where the input jack for the microphone stops working.
Mm-hmm.
God knows why. Fairly new camera. I ended up having to send it back to Canon when we got back to get it repaired because it's still under warranty. That's how new it was. But we don't even realize, thank God, that those cameras still have an onboard microphone because we use a big external to try to cut down that wind. That thing, somehow it failed over to that. So we still have the audio. It's not as good. But like the first day, we're like, well, we had it all hit us on the first day.
Yeah, we had it all hit us.
Almost lost the drone. Almost,
Didn't get the coffee
camera.
when we needed it. We were
Right.
crashing hard.
But we powered through it. And we were lucky that our photographer, Zach, has the same camera as us. So we just traded and used his camera
to
for
film
the
rest of the
series.
Yeah.
But unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you, we didn't make any mistakes that point on. We learned our lesson out of the gate, and we were careful.
And now,
going forward.
trust me, we bring backups of everything when we go anywhere. Anyway, guys, that's Coffee and Golf this week. Great to see you guys. Thanks for everybody who jumped in the chat. As always, even off of this, you can always get a hold of us, DM us. We're here. Go to the Golficity Facebook group. Love chatting with you guys. Next week, like I said, again, sorry, no Coffee and Golf, but we're going to be out filming something really fun, doing a gears thing next week. And then we'll be back with another Coffee and Golf for the second major of the season, PGA Championship, at my favorite place, Kiowa.
Kiowa. We'll be back. Got to say hi to Kayla. She says, please say hi to me. I'd be really upset if I didn't. Hi, okay. Kayla. And that's all we got. Guys, thanks as always for tuning in.
We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.